Hello and welcome back to the Average Joe podcast. Of course, I'm your host here, Joe, and today we are talking the Curry family. So you see, Dell and Sonya Curry are going through a divorce. She's recently filed for divorce from him, and they're both accusing each other of extramarital affairs. In particular, he is really accusing her of like completely just shattering their wedding vows. And it's just more so shocking that after 33 years of marriage, you could just call it quits. And, we're going to be here to just ask a couple of questions. Like, after 33 years of marriage, do you grow apart? They're in their 50s and 60s, how do you begin to start over with somebody else and move on? And she moved on really quickly. Like, looked like she had like a game plan behind this. She moved on to, I want to say, her college sweetheart. Because the gentleman, Stephen Johnson, they went together in college. They went to the same college. Let me get my words right. They went to the same college, in Virginia, and it's a very small school. So like pretty much like everybody knows everybody. They were all athletes, including Sonya, and so it's a really small community. So, but evidently she ended up picking Dell and going on to build this legacy. You have 2 kids in the NBA, like. It's a rarity that you even know somebody who gets into the NBA, let alone you have 2 of your own children who get into the NBA. But of course, their father was, a basketball star. So it was, obviously in their DNA. But, you're gonna I don't want to just come off rude, but let's just talk. So are you gonna essentially break up a happy home? Like were things not working out? Could things not be worked out between the 2 of you guys? That you wouldn't file for divorce, because usually it's the man who goes and cheats, and then the woman he files for divorce for her, leaves her for the younger woman. That's usually the telltale. But in this situation, it seems like the roles are reversed. It's the woman nope, I'm not happy. I'm gonna go be with somebody who does make me happy. I'm gonna go find myself another situation where I am happy. But it seemed like she had this as a plan. This wasn't just a spur of the moment random decision. But my question is what happens now? Do you and this Stephen Johnson go on and get married? Do you all go on and build a life together? Is it happily ever after here? Or in a few years, we're going to see that she's like, oh no, I really messed up everything. I've been working for 33 plus years in cultivating this man, cultivating our relationship, cultivating our family. Literally, we spent so much time and energy and effort putting all of this together. And, I gave it up. And then now I kind of is she going to want it back? Because, this is just a lot it's just you just wonder where 33 years of marriage and 33 years of love just kind of disappears. And you see that the kid, well, not the kids, but we see that Steph Curry is obviously picking sides, and he's seemingly kind of choosing his mom's side because, the father is kind of putting them on Front Street, kind of putting them on blast, kind of essentially airing out their family business. But when you're a celebrity, even the parents of a celebrity, there really are no secrets. We're going to find out whichever way we're going to spend. And then, you also want to kind of get ahead of the story. He probably wanted to make himself look like the better person. Whoa, I stuck with this woman. We've done everything. And then she's just going to up and leave me one day. And, Steph Curry is not, very happy about his father's decision. And, especially bringing it, the media into it. And, of course, Aisha's going to stand right beside her man. But some of the issues, some of the things some of the reasons why I feel she decided to step out of this is this cry for attention. I think no matter how old you get or anything, people want to be in the spotlight. People want attention. People, it was the same reason why Aisha, maybe a year or 2 ago, she was over here crying that men aren't lusting after her. Men aren't she's not feeling all attractive to men, and men aren't hitting on her. And it's okay, whoa. You're a married woman. Why are you even concerned with, other men out there, what they think, what they, are looking for, or if you're their type, not their type, if they want to find you attractive, that's literally none of your concern. Your only concern should be Steph. Does Steph find you attractive, or are you mad because, a lot of women out here are finding Steph attractive and he's getting all this attention and notoriety and everything, and you just can't handle it. And I seem to think a little bit that's kind of what happened to Sonya. She kind of maybe got a little big-headed, she wanted to get on Real Housewives. And I'm like, seriously? Why on earth would you? That's where people's careers and everything goes to like die. That's where people go to like rebrand themselves and try to figure out a way to come back. Like, that's not something like one should aspire to do. And it's alleged that Dell told her, hell no, I'm not getting on there. And it's like, well, why would he? What is Dell gonna get on there and do? What other husbands or anything are like on his caliber? Or like, what type of husbands or anything are really even on there? Like, no, it's the woman's job. And like, even the women and everything on there, like, is that what you really, really want? Like, you, I don't want to say are much better than, but you are you're in a way different position. And like, you should be exercising that position that you're in and try to go on some Real Housewives. Like, yeah, attention seeking. Just like a few years ago, you were at your son's game, backing it up on some like random guy. It's like the old women are still clout chasing too. I thought it was just the young girls. Like, I thought that was like a young girl's game to be out here clout chasing and thirsty, but it looks like the older women, have a fascination for it as well, enough to break up a 33-year marriage. And it's like, if y'all were together, you were married 33 years, y'all probably were together a few years. You're talking well into 30 plus years, almost 40 years of love that just like kind of goes out the window. And you kind of look at yourself like, well, can I be with the guy for some odd time and it just all goes away? Or like he walks out, or I choose to walk out. And, they're trying to, contest this date of separation so that, he's obviously trying to protect his money. He's not trying to give out too much in alimony and spousal support and all of that. Well, she shouldn't really need, because like, your sons are in English. You're well taken care of. You'll be well taken care of. But it looks like Dell is trying to pull a lot of tricks to this trade and everything. Like, no, ma'am, you're not gonna take my money. You already broke my heart, and now you're gonna try to take my money. Like, where does that add up? And and I don't want to sound like I'm bashing the woman, like, oh my God, the woman cheated. Like, hey, maybe she found her long lost love. Like, maybe this was her love in college and she made the wrong decision. Or she's looking back now like, okay, maybe I made the wrong decision. Like, maybe it was you, Steven, that I loved and not Dell. And like, though I went on to go make this whole great life with Dell, but you were the one who like always had my heart and everything. And now 30 plus years later, we have the chance and opportunity to do that. But it seemed like y'all were already doing that on the side. Like, was it enough to really, really, really break up your home? And like, how long have y'all been talking and having this secret relationship and everything? Because she's even come out to say that she's dating. So she's confirming that, her and this gentleman are like together and everything. And it's like, a woman's not just gonna come out and just like, you're not just gonna break up your happy home without some kind of assurance. Okay, well, I hope it's not that assurance that Davido gave Chioma, because we see where that went. But, we hope that, he gave her some kind of assurance that like, oh no, if you leave your man, like, I'm gonna marry you and make a woman out of you. But like, between me and you, I don't see it. I could be blind. I don't know, but it just doesn't really work out this way. Like, it really doesn't. Like, I promise you guys, look, we're going to stay tuned. We're going to follow this story. A couple of years, if that, down the line, we're going to see this all blow up in her face. First of all, lady, you are well into your 50s and 60s and you are just going to send yourself back to the streets, like, without a valid reason. Like, but maybe she's like really secretive and not talking, so we don't know what could have transpired in all of this to like, maybe push her over the edge to be like, hey, no, I need to completely step out of this and go find myself and go find my true love. And, she is beautiful. So, she can, she found somebody, she wants to say that she can't find somebody else, but it's just, this is a very sticky situation. And it is like, okay, were you clout chasing? Or are you clout chasing right now? Are you, looking to, continuously elevate, your social status or something, and do you feel like you might regret, breaking up your home, and this is really going to cause a lot of like issues. Like, You're going to cause a separation between your sons because you see your sons already choosing side, and we got to see where the other sons choose. You know, it's just creating a lot of unnecessary family tension that I don't know if we could say could be avoided, because the question really is like, do you fall out of love? And no matter like how long it takes and everything, no, you do fall out of love with somebody. Or, you know, there is this thing of your one true love, and the one who you really love and give your whole heart and all to, and maybe that was the Stephen guy. And all this while, you know, she's been sitting around like wondering how things could have been so different if she had went with him. And how much better it could have gone. Like, girl, you have what people could dream of, but hey, y'all, like, our dreams and people's realities are like two totally different things. But how do you feel about Steph Curry's mom? Like, if that was your mom, how would you feel? Like, if my mom, Angelina, no. Well, no. We have a totally different situation. I don't know. But like, you know, how would you feel if, you know, your mother made this decision and decided to up and, you know, completely destroy your familial home? There we go, y'all. Tongue twister. But like, you know, how would you feel? Like, you know, is this something you can't forgive? You know, people have started divorces and, you know, retracted everything. Is this something that can be rectified? You know, does it matter if he was cheating? Because I know we're only putting a lot of pressure and emphasis on this just because it's the woman, and we really, really rarely ever see things play out like this. It's always usually the man who cheats, the man who steps out and, you know, breaks the home and all of that. But, you know, how do we feel now that it's the woman? You know, why did she cheat? Why, you know, was she not happy in this? You know, was she not fulfilled? Was, you know, the family, you know, the money, the kids, the house, the clothes, everything, was that all not enough for her? And she's seeking to go look for more. And, you know, is the grass going to be greener on the other side? And I'm not trying to wish, you know, an unhappy home on somebody or anything. I'm just, you know, merely asking a question here because I just, you know, this is the first time we're really able to see this. And I hope it all works out how she thinks it's going to work out. Because I've already told y'all how I think it's going to work out. And it honestly doesn't look good to me because, you know, it looks like Dell's going to go out, get himself a nice little younger girl and, you know, rebound back and, you know, be all married. And it seems like she's going to be with this gentleman for a little while. And it's just like, it's the honeymoon phase and everything's just going to all disappear. And it was going to be like, no, I loved you more when you were with your husband and we were cheating and we could sneak around and all that. Because, you know, sometimes the sneaking around and the suspense and, oh my God, are we going to get caught? Like, all that keeps the spice in the relationship. And now that it's essentially no longer that, is it going to be the same? Like, are the sparks and everything going to be the same? But, like, you know, what happens, you guys? Like, do people grow apart? What do you think your children are going to think? You know, are you okay with her going out to really find herself? Because, like, you know, this is one life, you guys. Like, it's one life and you have to live it to the fullest. And, you know, you can't be with somebody who's like not going to make you happy. And they are getting to the later years of their life where it's just going to be us. And if I'm not happy with you now, in 10 years, I'm really not going to be happy with you. And 20 years from now, I'm just going to god awful hate you. And I'm going to really wonder where, like, how and why I got into this, why I'm still like stuck here when I could have, you know, left you 10 years ago, 15 years ago and been with the love of my life. But you guys, like, let me know what you think about this whole Steph Curry situation. I know he's really pissed. But let me know what you think. You think Sonya's crazy? Do you think Dell's crazy? Do you think, you know, Steph and Aisha are crazy for even picking sides?